Hello grade 12. In this session, we are going to continue section 2 of chapter 25, the Counter-Reformation. Please open your books on page 748 and follow. In 1545, Pope Paul III began a series of meetings known as the Council of Trent. During these meetings, Catholic leaders sought ways to revive the moral authority of the Catholic Church and to stop the spread of Protestantism. The Council of Trent took place at various times over the course of about 20 years. It was the high point of the Counter-Reformation. Upholding tradition. At its meetings, the Council reaffirmed traditional Catholic doctrines that had been challenged by the Protestants. It rejected Luther's view of the Bible as the only source of truth. The Bible and church tradition, declared the Council, were equal sources of knowledge. While Luther said that faith is all that is needed for salvation, the Council said that faith plus good works and receiving the sacraments are needed as well. Finally, the Council affirmed that people had free will. The Council of Trent also called for the education and training of priests. The Church enforced the Council's decisions through the Inquisition. This institution was set up in the Middle Ages to combat heresy, or beliefs that clashed with church teachings. In 1492, the Spanish Inquisition forced Jews who refused to become Christians to leave the country. By the 1500s, Inquisitions existed in Portugal, Italy, and Spain. Powerful Inquisition officials often used torture to obtain confessions. Under the Inquisition, people suffered great cruelty and lost their religious freedoms. Many of the Inquisition's policies came from Pope Innocent IV's papal order of 1252, which stated that heretics or people accused of heresy should be forced to confess. This statement encouraged torture and unjust imprisonment. This brutal policy had continued for centuries, with judges seizing poverty, torturing, and condemning to death thousands of victims. Protestants living in Catholic lands were frequently the target of the Inquisition. However, even church leaders and important nobles could be accused of heresy and forced to flee for their lives. The Church also battled the spread of Protestant ideas by banning books. In 1557, the Inquisition published the first Index of Forbidden Books, a list of works that Catholics were forbidden to read. The list included books by Protestants such as Martin Luther, John Calvin, and William Tyndale. Both Catholics and Protestants were intolerant of each other. Catholics launched attacks against Protestants. Protestants destroyed Catholic churches and attacked priests. Another group that suffered during this period were Jews. Jews were restricted to living and working in a separate quarter called a ghetto. In some places, Jews were required to wear yellow identification badges if they traveled outside the ghetto. Now I want you to highlight and study the main ideas in your books, and I want you to complete section 2 assessment on page 749. Thank you and have a good day.